Hello and welcome to Unacademy IAS, a one-stop destination for all the English medium civil services aspirants. Welcome to another session of Economy Made Easy, wherein we take up important current affairs events related to Indian economy and analyze these particular events. Yesterday, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, resigned from the post, and if you go by the news, she has fled the country of Bangladesh. Now, most of the discussion that has been happening regarding this news is more about a political discussion. But there is one very important aspect that you need to understand regarding this event, that is, what is the impact of this outcome, or let's say the event, on India-Bangladesh economic relations. In this video, we will try to understand and analyze the same event having an impact on economic relations. Before that, on the 5th as well as the 6th of August, we have launched a free classes or free special classes initiative on the Unacademy app. Various educators are taking the special classes. You should be joining these sessions wherein you can not only earn the knowledge, you will also be able to interact with the educators, ask the questions, chat directly with the educators. You will be able to attempt the interactive polls which will be conducted by the faculties or the educators during the live sessions. So please do not miss out. Log on to the Unacademy website or the app and do check out different special classes taken by the educators on the 5th as well as 6th. Please do check out. Now, what are the important points that you need to understand? Point number 1, there is a huge trade relation, or there is a huge trade that happens between India and Bangladesh. India and Bangladesh are part of an agreement, basically an arrangement, SAFTA, which is basically a grouping of member countries including India, Bangladesh. Under this agreement, various tariffs have been reduced and eliminated to promote the trade amongst the member countries. Point number 2, if you look at the trade that is happening between India and Bangladesh, the overall trade has been more than $11 billion for the last couple of years. Having said so, India enjoys a trade surplus. India enjoys a trade surplus with Bangladesh. If you look at the data for the financial year 22, India exported $16 billion worth of the goods to Bangladesh, and in return, Bangladesh exported $1.9 billion worth. In 23, it came down to $12 billion, and the imports from Bangladesh increased to basically $2 billion. And in 2024, the exports further came down to $11 billion, and the imports from the Bangladesh came down to $1.8 billion. So what you need to observe here is India enjoys a trade surplus with Bangladesh, and if there is any disruption in this market, or let's say the economy, either because of economic policies or the destabilization of the existing government, etc., there will always be an impact on the trade relation as well. But more importantly here, to what extent the impact will be felt? Will this impact be for a longer duration, or will it be just for, let's say, couple of days or couple of weeks till the new government is formed and there is stability again back to the trade between India and Bangladesh? Right now, since yesterday, there has been a trade holiday announced in Bangladesh for a period of 3 days. There it is announced that except for the essential commodities, I repeat, except for the essential commodities, the trading for other commodities would be stopped for the next couple of days, and after that, they will announce what will happen to the trade with other countries, or let's say the trade with trading partners. But much more importantly, please understand this, there was a talk happening between India and Bangladesh to sign a free trade agreement. There was a talk that was happening between both of the countries to sign a free trade agreement. And according to the World Bank, if this free trade agreement was actually signed, the negotiations started from the month of October 2023. If the free trade agreement was in fact signed, according to the World Bank paper, the exports from Bangladesh would have increased by around 270% to India, 290% to India, and India's exports to Bangladesh would have increased by around 170%. But now the question arises, what will happen to these negotiations? Will the agreement be signed if a new government is formed which does not show the same confidence towards the relations with India? What is the fate of this agreement? But much more importantly, some of you might be looking at this data and might be having a certain doubt in your mind. The doubt will be, sir, why is that in recent years, the trade between India and Bangladesh, why is that it has actually come down? It has come down because of certain reasons. India generally exports certain very important commodities to Bangladesh, such as agriculture commodities. It will export machinery, etc. In recent times, Government of India, being worried about the domestic inflation rate, has imposed export restriction on many of the agriculture commodities. That has actually led to reduction in the export. And on the other side, even the Bangladesh economy has been facing certain economic crisis. The amount of forex reserves which were there with the government there or with the central banker there have come down to a very larger extent. These are very, very scarce now because they do not have sufficient forex reserves. And mind you, their economy majorly is dependent upon the exports to earn these forex reserves. And a lot of these exports used to come because of apparel exports or the textile exports. Due to the shortage of the forex reserves, they do not have sufficient amount of money to pay for imports, which has actually affected the inflow of the imports into Bangladesh economy. So because of these multitude of factors, the trade between India and Bangladesh has been comparatively lesser in the last couple of years. Third point, very important point, what about other important economic relations? India has been able to sign multiple agreements with Bangladesh. As a result of these agreements, it has been able to get access to certain routes in Bangladesh. For example, India is able to use the ports or has signed agreements to use multiple bus routes within Bangladesh. It has been able to use the ports, that is a Chittagong port as well as Mongla port. And the importance of these routes as well as the ports is that India was able to get access to these ports and ensure access to certain regions in the northeastern part of India. Because generally taking the traditional routes, the transportation is very risky. Transportation consumes a lot of cost as well as the time. That is basically to get access to the northeastern part or the northeastern states in India. But with signing of such agreements, India was very hopeful. India was ready to leverage these agreements to get more and more access to the northeastern states. Now, what will be the fate of this? If the new government is not accepting these conditions, or let's say the new government is hostile to the interest of the government of India, then all these agreements will come under scanner now. And as such, that is the reason Government of India has been investing a huge amount of money in developing the infrastructure in Bangladesh. Since 2016, it is said that India has provided a credit of around $8 billion. Around $8 billion, the credit has been provided to Bangladesh to develop various types of infrastructure projects. Now you will have to wait and see what will be the outcome of the change in the, let's say the change in the government or change in the Prime Minister in Bangladesh now. Next very important point, the fourth one regarding apparel, that is the textiles. Now please understand, the economy of Bangladesh is one of the major exporter of textiles to global market. It is one of the major countries which earns a huge amount of money by exporting lot of textiles. On an average, it is stated that somewhere around 3.5 billion to 3.8 billion worth of textiles on monthly basis are exported to the global market. If you compare this, India's exports are somewhere around $1.3 billion to $1.5 billion per month to the external market. Now, because of the destabilization or the economic crisis that is happening in Bangladesh, it is stated that a lot of this export demand will get shifted to the Indian market. On an average, it is expected that somewhere around $300 million to $400 million worth of textiles can be exported in addition to the already existing exports from India to the global market now. And please understand, around 25% of the textile units which are present in Bangladesh right now are owned by Indians. And it is stated that with all of this kind of uncertainty in the market there or in the economy there, these might shift their base, that is a manufacturing base, from Bangladesh to India. And India will be able to attract this kind of investment, produce more, export more, and get the benefit of this kind of investment by exporting more. So these are certain very important things that you need to make a note of regarding the change in, let's say, the Prime Minister in Bangladesh, and what is the likely impact of this event in Bangladesh on India and Bangladesh trade relations, or more importantly, the economic relations. Now regarding this, I have given you one MCQ for practice. What is the right answer? Please do let me know in the comment section. There are three statements. India and Bangladesh are members of SAFTA. SAFTA has come into force from 2001. All the exports from India to Bangladesh enjoy zero tariff benefits under SAFTA. These are the three statements. How many of these three statements are correct? What is the right answer to this? Do let me know in the comment section below. That's it from my side in this video. If you like these initiatives, do hit the like button. And if you yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly do it right now. Thank you. Have a great day.